Well, Paul here at the ranch. Today I wanted to work on sharpening my everyday carry knife. So this is a knife that I bought years ago, probably 3-4 years ago. And I try to keep my everyday carry knife sharp. I've always said that a sharp knife is the most efficient. It's also the safest knife to have around. It makes precise cuts. And some of the things that we're going to utilize today to sharpen this knife is this Work Sharp product. I bought this about 8 years ago, and I really enjoy using it. I can set the angle. In this case, we're going to be using a 20-degree angle. The other thing I'll utilize is this little pick that helps when I want to tighten up these serrations on the blade itself. And so between those two, we'll be able to sharpen this knife up nicely. The thing I like about this Ever Sharp product and Work Sharp product is you have the ability to use different grits. Here's a fine grit, here's a really coarse grit, and then I have on kind of a medium grit that we're going to be sharpening today with my my everyday carry. You know, this goes against some of the other ways which you could use more of a traditional stone. This has a coarse side and a fine side. This is one that's by Ned Foss. It's a really nice stone. I've used it a lot for my hatchets and stuff like that. But when I'm doing utility stuff like kitchen cutlery or my everyday carry kind of stuff, I like to utilize this Work Sharp product. So with that, let's get at it. The other thing we're going to be utilizing is the old strap. If you remember in the old barber shops, this is an old belt that I had. But it really is helpful for knocking that burr off the edge when you're sharpening your knives. So with that, let's get to sharpening. So you turn it on, there's an activation button below, and then you set the angle right on the side of the unit. So you set it. And we'll make about 4 passes on both sides. Make about 4 passes, and I just like to tighten up these serrations just so that if I need to cut a really aggressive cardboard box, I can do that. That's nice. And then what I'll do is I'll come in here on the strap and I'll just go away from me. And with that, and then the last test I always do is kind of, does it take off and the hair is just jumping off my arm. So that's a rather, about as sharp as I want an everyday carry knife. I don't think you need to have it much more sharp than that. That's it. You know, if you get a chance, it can also sharpen, like I said before, your kitchen cutlery and other things around the house that you may want to need. But this Work Sharp is more than paid for itself over the years for me, and it's something you may want to consider. With that, as always, be safe. God bless you, and thanks for watching. We really appreciate the support. And if you like this content, please hit subscribe and share it with others that might enjoy this content. Have a great day.